channel. My name is Derek DeMerm. After years of living in the city, I made the life-changing decision to leave all of that behind and start fresh in the country. I traveled the U.S. for over 2 years looking for the perfect place to call home before I landed here in East Tennessee. I found a home, and for the last 2 years, I've been working towards a more sustainable lifestyle through raising chickens, keeping bees, having my own milk cow, and growing my own food. It's been a lot of work, but it's also been very rewarding. I created this channel to share the knowledge I've gained over these last 2 years and hopefully to inspire others to take control of their own lives like I did myself. So welcome to DeMermstead. Now how about we go and see what I got going on today? Hey everyone! I thought for my first video, a good video would be to assemble my honey extractor because this weekend I plan to extract honey. Harvesting later than I should, but that is the plan. But after getting this box, my extractor, it looks like it's going to be more of an unboxing than an actual assembly. So let's bust it open and see what's up. And bear with me with the audio. I'm going to kind of talk loud because I'm going to have to get a mic. I don't have an external mic at the moment, and so it sounds like I'm probably 100 feet away, which obviously I'm not. I'm right here. Alright, so we got a box inside of a box. That's always nice. Hopefully I can tip it over. Box number one, back here. So there's many different ways, well, I mean, I guess there's not many, but there's different ways that you can extract honey. You can do it manually, you can get an extractor like I did. You can get a manual extractor, or you can get a electric extractor, which is what I got. So, looks like there may be some assembly. List. Yep, looks like there is. So. Out, set this aside. There. And also today I plan to actually go and get my frames of honey and pull them out of the hive. I don't know if I will record that because with my suit on and being outside, you really won't be able to hear me, so I don't know, maybe I'll just get the frames and then I'll do the extraction tomorrow and record that. Alright, so looks like that's it for pieces. Alright, so preparation. After carefully removing the machine from the packing carton, remove all protective film and clean the honey extractor thoroughly with mild soap and water prior to use. The honey extractor should be placed on a dry, flat, stable surface. Well, You know what? I am going to wash this and I will be back. Alright, so I'm back. One benefit of doing this in my milk room is I've got my sink right behind me. Or right behind the camera. Made this a lot easier. So the first step is to install the legs. So simple enough, just bolts, bolt it on. So yeah, I'm just putting the legs on the honey extractor. That's step number one, and unfortunately I'm not doing it in the frame, so you can't actually see what I'm doing, but basically that's it. I'm putting some bolts in and it's holding the legs on, and that's pretty much it. So step two will be coming right up, and I'm gonna speed through that one too, because there's no reason to sit here, because this is a 30-minute long video otherwise. So all right, step two for assembly. Lid. Alright, so line up holes in lids with the hinges in the crossbar of the drum. Alright, so we're going to blow through this at about 900 times because it's just me putting on a lid, or putting on the lids, I should say. There's a lid on each side. And the screws or the bolts and the nuts are tiny. Tiny. I've got small hands. And when I tried to do this, I kept dropping the bolts. So it just took way too long. It took like 15 minutes just to do this part. And on top of it all, and I get into this in a second, but they really screwed up the order of how you should be putting this thing together, right? Because the last part, and we'll get to that in a second, I might not even speed through that, but I don't know. We'll see how long that is. Maybe I'll speed through that too. So I haven't made that decision yet. I'll make it in future part of the video. But that should have been the first thing that you do, or the second, not the last, because me putting this on, that motor and everything is in the way. And unless you've got like tiny, skinny arms, there's no way you're gonna reach down there and be able to put the stupid the spout on, which clearly that's not in frame either. I am just knocking it out the park with this video, aren't I? At least I hope you enjoy my commentary as I make fun of myself for screwing this all up. Alright, so that's finally done. Accidentally dropped a bolt. I mean, I don't have huge hands, but those are tiny bolts. It's not easy. So, alright, so insert the honey gate into the bottom of the bucket from the outside to the reserve hole and use a hexagonal nut to fix the back from the barrel. Tightened to the O-shaped ring to produce. Whoever wrote these documents this document must not have, English must not be their first language. I'll tell you that. So this is what they're talking about. I'm not entirely sure what this is. So, you know, what would have probably been better is this would have been step number one. Had all this apart, I should have looked at this first anyways, because now I got to stick my arm all the way down there, which is not going to happen. So, I think what's going to happen is I'm going to take this off. Alright. B-Tech electric honey extractor from B-Tech. If you're watching this video, you need to reorder your steps. Step one should be putting that on. Or, I mean, it could be step two, before you put this back on, whatever. It is what it is. So 900X it is for this scene too, because this is just me fumbling around. I have to take the entire top off, the motor, the lids, all that stuff. And then after that, I reach down and I find out that this gasket that they have is just a pain in the ass to get over the screws or over the threads. So I fought that for about a good 5, 7, 8, 10 minutes. Who knows? It was a long time. Way longer than it should have been. So, yeah, once I get that done, I finally finish, and then I gotta put the top back on, and well, putting the top on isn't the easiest thing either, because you gotta line up those little screws, and then you gotta get in the center. There's a little, there's a rod that connects to the motor that spins the frames, and that's how it extracts the honey, right? It spins all these frames around, which you'll see in just a minute. But getting that all lined up was a pain. Man, this whatever. This should have been 5 minutes, and it took like 35 minutes. So, anyways. All right. How about we give it a test run? Let's see if it works, right? Alright, so alright. I guess this must be stop, maybe? Nope. How about this? Let's actually look at the directions. So, with control dial set to 0 and power switch set to off, plug the cord into the standard AC outlet. Okay, we did that. Place honey frames in, blah, blah, blah. Flip the power switch to the on position. Make sure the emergency stop button is not engaged. Oh, there we go. There we go. Green light came on. Make sure both lids are shut. Turn the dial back to 0 when frames have been emptied. So we totally missed the part. Well, look at that. Here. I'm going to bring the camera over here because you can't see it otherwise. Alright, so we got the dial over here. I'm going to dial it up just a little bit. And it's moving. Dial up a little more. Hey, look at that, it shakes. That's as fast as it goes. Alright, turn it back down to 0. We're done. Turn it off. And it's off. Alright. Well, this video is much longer than I had expected. I'm probably going to speed up a bunch of parts just so it stays hopefully under 20 minutes. But yeah, this was kind of a pain in the ass to put together. But anyways, it is what it is. It's put together. I'm ready now to harvest honey. I'm going to go out and I'm going to get my frames and bring all those back so they're ready for tomorrow when I decide to do my extracting. We're good to go. All right. Until the next one.